Nice.
There's like so much stuff going on, and it's like I had no time to do anything else. That's why I'm a little rushed.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers, everybody. This is episode 304. I like to say good morning to my favorite people in the whole wide world, Mike and Derpy.
Oh, you're in a
Some
better mood today?
some people say that I was rude to my fellow friends here yesterday. So I'm gonna make it a point today to make
Oh,
sure
you're oh
that I'm
God.
extra nice.
You're gonna be overly nice. Now I'm gonna hate you.
And it comes to the conclusion. I think I was hangry. I was hangry yesterday.
Were you hangry
I
yesterday?
was. We were talking halfway through the show. My stomach started hurting. I thought, fuck, I'm just in a bad mood.
Yeah, hang it's never good when you're hangry trying to record, especially
Mm,
deal with the two of us.
yeah, you ain't kidding.
My God, why do you think I eat before I get on here?
Yeah, and while you're on.
You know what? I haven't done that in a while.
Okay, that's right. I'm being nice today. That's right.
This is why I have my drink ready. I mean, my I have my soft drink ready. Yes, the soft drink.
But here we are. We're back. It's episode 304. Mike, there's only 196 more shows to 500. That's kind of mind blowing if you think about it.
It's very mind blowing. Does that mean I get a vacation?
Possibly. You're doing a good job working toward that vacation. You're gonna get it one of these days, buddy.
Like I have an actual work vacation coming up next week.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Double the shows.
No, let's half the shows.
But no, welcome
This
back,
guy right
everybody.
here.
Guys, we got a lot of things going on today, and plus, I put together something special for you guys today. Being that I was such a dick yesterday, I have something fun. It's
All
gonna
right, that's what I like to
something
hear.
that you guys enjoy. Take this while you can get it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, God, yeah, you're never nice. You're always mean to me.
Uh, get this: the Pittsburgh Pirates now in their 7-game losing streak that we just went through, and then of course we win last night. In those 8 games, guys, this Pirate team has not scored more than 2 runs in a game.
I'm no baseball expert, but I think failing to score more than 2 runs, that's not going to win you a lot of ball games, boys.
No, they got to figure something out. And here's the thing: I mean, this is the Colorado Rockies. It's not a team that
Hmm.
should have been a 2-0 game, in my opinion. Yeah, they just collectively brain farted at the same time. This offense, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. We've lost 30 games in our last 5 games, it feels like, and we're sitting in first place. We're
It,
still in first place,
it's not how you win, it's when you win.
I guess.
Now, that's what we're learning. And when it comes to Pittsburgh sports, man, it's we saw the Penguins. They didn't win early. They didn't win late. The Buccos won early, and they had a nice little cushion.
Yeah, that cushion always helps.
It does. And you know what? They like you said, they do need to find a way to get the offense going again, because that was the key, man. That was the key to everything to start that magical run was the offense clicking. Now it's not. There's
Really,
something going wrong there.
you're right. I'm, I, yeah, I don't know. All I do know is the Pirates won last night. They win 2-0. Their first win in May. We
Hey,
still remain.
only took 9 or
It only
8 days.
yeah, May's almost over.
That's what it
the
feels like.
the Brewers, they did lose to, they did win. I'm sorry, they beat the Dodgers 9-3. All of a
Yeah,
sudden, they're going to start winning games again. That's crazy how this works.
I know. We're our half game lead, but we're still. Hey, man, I'll take that half game.
Yeah. The Cardinals, they beat the Cubs 3-1. Cardinals are still 9 games out. The Cubs fell to 3.5. And the Reds, who are 6 games out, they start a series today against the Mets. The big story, though, the big story last night, guys, was the performance, the gem that Mitch Keller threw. He threw a complete
Yes.
game shutout, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, and 8 Ks. And as a matter of fact, it's the first complete shutout since Jamison Talion did it back in 2018.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long. I thought at first I thought you were going to say that's the first one since Francisco Cordova and
97.
yeah, I was like, whoa, that's a long ass time. But even then, for what 2018, that's a long time.
So that was the last time. And here's the last five. Talion did it in 18. Trevor Williams also did it in 18 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan Nova did it in 2017. Jeff Locke did it in 2016, and Vance Worley did it back in 14.
Vance Worley.
Remember him? Didn't he have like the goggle, like the sports glasses or something? I was writing this down. And I thought, I know I recognize that name.
I totally forgot about Vance Worley.
Yeah, man. Vance Worley. But the Pittsburgh Pirates, as I said, they did get the shutout with this performance by Mitch Keller, but you can't win any games without any runs. So Connor Joe gets on base. Rodolfo Castro takes 1 yard, 2-0, and that ended up being the final count on that. Again, you can't really say enough about Mitch Keller. He was still punching him out in the eighth inning. He was still punching him out in the ninth inning. I don't recall, but I think the last out of the game was a strikeout. So, I mean, this kid, he's showing his potential to be an ace, and you got to like it.
Kid, my man's pushing 30.
He had 103 pitches, and 77 of those were strikes. But that's what it is with baseball. You come in an 18-year-old kid, and by the time you get through the ringer, you're 40 years old.
I know. And it's like the Pirates, though, too. We take forever to bring up people.
Yeah.
Remember when Josh Bell came up? Or like, oh my God, this guy, a young kid. He's 24, 25 years old. Like, oh no, he's not that young. So like, it's same thing with Keller. But it feels like Keller's been around forever, though. And I think he's finally getting it together because he had such high expectations coming in. Like when he first started getting into the majors, it was like, look out, this guy, man, he had all this promise, all these expectations thrust upon him, and he really didn't do a whole lot. He came in 2019, played a handful of games, 2020, a handful of games. He's only been a full-time starter since 2021. Record isn't the best, but now, my God, we're seeing what he's 16-30 on his career. 4 of those wins have come this year.
Yeah.
So he's 5 wins each of the past 2 years. It's looking like why we drafted him. This is why so much people were talking him up, and he's finally living up to it. And hopefully, my God, he can keep building on this, because sometimes it takes pitchers a while to figure out the majors.
Oh yeah,
God, and once hopefully he can figure it out. We saw it took Garrett Cole a while. Garrett Cole, he was starting to become dominant before we traded him. And when we traded him, he went to Houston. We saw him blossom into one of the best pitchers in baseball. Yeah. And hopefully, Keller, we're not going to give up on him, and he's going to blossom here.
I don't want him to be that good, because he gets that good, then we can't keep him.
It all depends. Pirates are sneaky with the contract control, so we might have Mitch Keller under control for the next 5 years. We don't even know it.
Yeah,
and they're sneaky. They're sneaky. I just don't know his contract top of my head. But my God, I want to see. I finally want to see a pitcher realize their potential in Pittsburgh. Charlie Morton. He came here with such promise from the Braves. He left. He wins a World Series. Same thing with Garrett Cole. He had all this promise potential, leaves and wins a World Series. I just want one of our guys to do it here.
You say Charlie Morton, and I'd like to have somebody like Charlie back, because he was such a good sinker pitcher. He would throw a lot of low balls.
Yeah,
and a lot of times that brings infield hits and opportunities to turn double plays. I'd like to have somebody like him. He was totally underrated when he was here. I like Charlie Morton. I liked him a lot. He filled that rotation perfectly back in 10 years ago. The team that went to the playoffs, along with AJ Burnett, Liriano, Garrett Cole, and Jeff Locke. I thought that I always loved his starts. I just did. He was, like I said, them sinker ball throwers. You're a bit encouraged, because chances are you're not going to give up many long balls.
Yeah,
and he worked. It worked perfect.
Yeah, and at the time, like when we got him, that was like the thing. Is like, oh, you're gonna like the way he pitches. And it was like boring to watch him pitch, but my God, like you said, he never gave up a lot of home runs. Right. It was always that, grounding, ground balls. So I hated Charlie Morton when we had him, but my God, I miss him now that he's gone.
Yeah.
He's the pitcher you want on this team.
The the Pirates, they finished with 7 hits yesterday. The Rockies finished with 4 hits. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight at 6:35. Connor Siebold, he's a right-handed pitcher with a 0-0 record, 5.30 ERA and 14 strikeouts on the season, is going to be on the mound for Colorado. Now, interesting enough, the Velasquez day in the rotation is today. He's not going to pitch tonight. However, yesterday brought up Luis Ortiz. Now, Luis Ortiz is somebody they've been anticipating bringing up. They wanted to wait for the perfect position or the perfect timing. And this is more than likely going to be his only spot start for the time. He's somebody.
Is he a prospect?
Yes, they want this guy in the future. He's going to be a big name. His name is Luis Ortiz. And he is going to get the start tonight for Velasquez and possibly further along. But like I said yesterday, I don't think that they think Velasquez's inflammation in his elbow is as bad as they thought it was. But they are going to give him the night off. And I did see Ortiz was in the dugout last night. He's ready. Everyone's amped to watch him pitch. So that's your matchup tonight. It's going to be Connor Siebold versus Luis Ortiz.
Luis Ortiz, the 24-year-old, man. I was just doing a real quick read on it because, like I said, I didn't do any show prep, but I remember seeing on Twitter, Adam Crowley was saying Ortiz is going to pitch, and I didn't look, and my God, he's actually doing pretty well down in the minors.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
he looks really good.
He's your number 8 prospect.
Yeah, we like him.
Yeah,
people are excited to see him pitch tonight.
Yeah, he sounded like a prospect who worked himself into being a higher end prospect.
You're right.
Yeah, so I can't wait. I love when my God, in baseball, especially even in hockey too, when the prospects come up. And you're like, all right, what do we have down in the pipeline? Are they going to live up to the hype or not? And hopefully this cat can do it, man. We need it. Like, the pitching staff needs it, especially after the way they were thumped. And hopefully it's, kid can come in here, get some follow-up. Mitch Keller's great performance and follow up with one of his own, man. Confuse these pitchers confuse these batters who don't know you. And
then Rich Hill tomorrow. So.
Oh God, yes, get the win tonight.
You know what? These guys, I don't know if these guys seen this. I seen it because I'm watching a lot of baseball now. But these City Connection uniforms, these uniforms that they're special alternative uniforms they're going to be doing over the next couple of years, apparently for the amount of teams in the league. But this June, we're going to be releasing our City Connect uniforms, and I can't wait. They haven't revealed it yet or what it's going to be or what's going to be on it. But they're really neat. All these uniforms are individually tailored toward that particular city, and I can't wait, man. I seen one yesterday. It was a rumor. It wasn't a real one, but it was a black baseball jersey, and it said Yinzer right across. I
saw that one. Yeah,
I thought that has to be. I
would love that, to be honest. Yeah. And you just put a 2 and a Dum on there,
Yeah.
Come on, Pittsburgh. Come on, Buccos. You want us on your jersey.
That is perfect. Real quick, to the Pirates, did they score more than 2 runs tonight?
Yes.
Derby, do you think the Pirates are going to score more than 2 runs tonight?
Yes, because it's the Rockies.
It's the Rockies. Why do you think you think they're going to score like a couple, maybe like a 2 to 3? You think they're going to score mid-range, 5 to 6, or do you think maybe they're going to let it loose? Maybe tonight they're going to let it loose and score a whole bunch of runs.
4 to 5.
You're saying 4 to 5? What do you think, Mike?
I was going to say 3 to 4.
All right, that seems to be the general consensus. I'm gonna go more.
Yeah, good. I was gonna say I think we need to score more just to help out the rookie pitcher.
That and also to kind of get a rhythm back. You gotta if you score a bunch of runs and then you kind of it gets everybody on that same level again, and you gotta it kind of all works together. I think
it becomes contagious. It becomes contagious.
It does.
Runs, like you
Baseball's
see it in hockey.
like that.
You see it in hockey. You start scoring goals. Like one game you rattle off 3 or 4. The next game you keep going and going and going. You just you get the mojo back. That's what they need, man. They do. And as long as they're winning, I'm not going to be overly worried, but I am a little concerned if they win. It's only like 2-3 runs. Like then it becomes concerning. Becomes a concern because the bats are cooling off,
right?
Whereas they were so hot. I did say don't be surprised if people's averages come down, power numbers come down, but I didn't think it would be this drastic.
Right.
It is. I mean, this is like a huge drop off. I was expecting a slight drop off, but this is a huge drop off, and that's what's starting to be concerning. But You know,
I'm gonna say about 7-3.
We did play two of the best teams in baseball. Okay, and now we're playing the Rockies. You know, get back into it, and hopefully tonight they can break out of that slump.
I'm gonna say about
'Cause they're
7-3.
due,
That's
man.
my prediction. I have the Steelers over the Broncos 7-3 tonight. And then also after this game, like we head to Baltimore, so that's not gonna get any easier.
No,
Baltimore's a team that generally they play us really strong all the time. I can't even remember if we've ever. I can't remember ever beating them in a series. So you know, like you said, we were saying we got to get the wins while the getting's good.
yeah.
Maybe if we can win tonight, maybe if we can sweep this, you know, you got to get the wins when you could get the wins. And look how that played out for us to this point.
Yes.
And you know, we didn't win the whole entire month of May, yet here we are. We still sit atop the NL Central. You got to get the wins when you can.
Beat the teams you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, going into that, you know, I thought we'd do a lot better, a little bit better against the Rays and the Jays. You know, I didn't think we'd be swept the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, a couple wins here or there, but, you know, we got lucky. Like we said yesterday, every team in our division kept losing, you know, but we can't count on that. So beat the teams you're supposed to and steal a win or two out of it against an opponent you're supposed to lose against. You know, right now we're doing really well of winning the games we're supposed to. Now it's keep that going and steal a game or two here and there in a series against the better teams in baseball.
And they do. They got to get on their horse because we are at let me see, 36 games. So in 4 more days, we'll be taking a look at that group of 10 games. And I don't think it's going to live up quite to what the previous 3 groups of 10 did, like we've been going over. But you know what? Nonetheless, they could still say they could win tonight, win tomorrow, and maybe squeeze one out early against Baltimore. We'll have that to talk about. But before that even happens, they do have to play tonight again, 6:35. The Pirates, they do host the Colorado Rockies in game 2 of 3, and that is again this evening at 6:35.
Yeah, and just real quick to piggyback off what I was saying, like the batting averages, Connor Joe's down to 279, and my God, he was like what in the high 330s, 340s 2 weeks ago. So I didn't think it would be that big of a drop. I thought he'd be sitting where kind of where Brian Reynolds is. Brian Reynolds still batting 298. So basically a 300 hitter. I thought that's where Connor Joe would drop to, but my God, he's just plummeted. So
baseball gets weird to me because
it is so weird. It
like
ebbs and flows, man.
Brian Reynolds, you know, he's going to get 1 hit in 3 days, and his average stays around 300. And then you get Connor Joe, who seems like he hits a triple every day, a double every other day,
and his just keeps going down. Yeah, it's all about getting base on balls too, man.
Yeah,
it's just weird, man. I thought my boy Connor Joe would be doing a lot better. I'm gonna. He's no longer my favorite Bucko. No, the hair, you know, the hair lost its magic now that his batting average has gone down.
Well, who's your favorite now?
No one, because they're no one right now.
Oh, you're the worst.
I am the worst. I'm still stuffed and congested. I'm not thinking clear.
The Pittsburgh Penguins. They had an opportunity to move up to possibly the 4th pick overall in this year's NHL draft. They land at 14, Mike. They
can't even win. Can't even win the lottery. If I'm not mistaken,
Chicago wins the lottery.
Rigged.
Yeah.
Everybody has their eyes on that. What's that kid's name? Bedard.
Yeah. He's supposed to be a generational talent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looks kind of beastly.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does. Of course, the last time we were supposed to have a prospect that was supposed to be as good as Crosby, it's the dude who went to the Rangers. Now he's looking like he might be moved in a salary cap move.
Oh, really?
So I kind of like hold my breath when I hear, you know, oh, this guy's a generational talent, but apparently he is supposed to be in that class of like a Crosby and Ovechkin, kind of like even like a Nathan McKinnon when he was
a franchise
out,
changer.
like a franchise changer more than the other dude who went to New York.
McDavid.
McDavid. He's so.
I think somebody else made a pretty good point. I saw that Florida causing all this ruckus in the NHL playoffs, knocking out Boston, the best team that had the team that had the best record ever. Here's something funny and interesting that maybe you had thought about this, but I come across this and I thought it was kind of entertaining. If we would have beat either one of the two worst teams in the NHL in Chicago or Columbus in the last two games of the season,
we would be in
there
their
wouldn't be none of this Florida
No.
craziness
We would
going
be in
on.
their place.
And we can't say that we would be in that place and we would be doing the same thing because I just don't think that we
I don't
would.
think we would have.
No, we wouldn't.
But the just all this Florida madness
It's all
pretty much breaks down to us being a bad team and not being able to beat one of the worst teams in the league to take that spot.
Yeah, so if they end up going all the way and winning the Stanley Cup, technically they owe us a favor. Yeah, it's ours. That's another cup win for Crosby, Malkin, and Letang.
Yeah,
this is their Stanley Cup because without the supporting cast not supporting those guys, Florida wouldn't be where they are.
that's right.
I love it.
Remember that, Florida.
No, it's just funny, man, the way things happen in sports. If but for the Penguins sucking, Tampa or the Florida Panthers aren't there, the mighty Boston Bruins could still be playing possibly. But
yeah,
the Penguins,
if the Penguins were in, they still would be playing. I guarantee it.
The Penguins had to ruin everyone's playoffs except for the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, we're doing great things for Florida. Believe me,
we are. Pittsburgh, the Florida of the North.
Yeah. A couple of things, Mike. And as I mentioned, this is your special day. This is the day that I'm going to make it up to you guys for being such a rotten dick. I'm going to talk a little Penn State even.
Oh, God.
Did you see this? No, good stuff. All good stuff.
Okay.
Ex-Penn State running back Journey Brown embarks on a NASCAR pit crew career. Did you see this? A NASCAR pit crew career, which is a pretty cool career.
Who is this for?
His name is Journey Brown.
Journey Brown. Yes, I remember Journey Brown.
Former running back from Penn State.
Yes.
Yeah, he is now starting his career as a pit crew person in NASCAR.
I like it. I like
That's
it.
cool.
That's like something you never would think of, like someone who played football going to be in the pit crew.
Yeah.
And it's all about speed, getting over that barrier and getting to the truck. And a running back better have some speed. You better have some mobility and agility.
I want to see knees to chest. Get around to the other side. I want to see the skills put to work.
Arming people from the other pit crews out of the way.
Yeah, that's what I want to see in race cars.
Right, that's where the action.
That'll grab my attention.
Dudes driving in circles around the track. I'm sorry, that's not entertaining. For me, entertaining on those races is the pit crew. That's the most entertaining part of the day.
I hate the fights. Whenever they fight, the pit crew, and the wrecks are my three favorite parts.
Yeah, that's everything else is like, oh, here comes Billy Bob. No, Jimmy Ray's right behind him.
Yeah. And the number 3 car and the number 3 car.
No. And it's all corporate sponsorship. Now, no, they need to go back to, bootlegging, racing against cops like they, like they founded.
We have too many cars.
Here we go. Let's just offend like 90% of the people who probably watch us who probably like NASCAR.
They have like warnings, like caution warnings before, they have to stop the race and then they reset it.
They get out there, run up to the other car, and they start punching the guy through their window.
There was a fight yesterday or 2 days ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, two dudes were arguing, and one like punched the guy, and the guy who got punched was getting ready to throw back, and this dude just like hooks his arm out of nowhere. I'm like, come on, let him fight, man. Let him fight.
That would do good for. Hey, look what it does for hockey. Also, Mike, here's one that West Virginia now.
West Virginia.
Penn State gets the same opener that Pitt had last football season.
Yes.
They're hosting West Virginia on opening day.
Ooh.
I saw that.
That should be a good game. It's interesting.
Good game. It's a night game too, I believe.
Yeah.
So the night game at Happy Valley, where the only thing there is to do is drink. That fan base, that student section is going to be off the chains.
Well, hopefully they beat West Virginia.
I hope they do too. And oh my God, there's I hope it's a whiteout game too. Just the first game, make it a whiteout game, night game. That stadium's gonna be rocking and rolling.
I like it.
Even people who aren't fans of Penn State, they say it's one of the best atmospheres to watch
the
game on TV. That place is rocking and rolling. Oh yeah, when they have the whiteout going on, I hate Wisconsin football, but my God, when they get going and they play jump around and that whole place is rocking and rolling, that's a fun thing to watch. I hate Wisconsin, but I flipping through the channel, that's on when they're coming out of halftime or whatever it is. I stop and watch it for that 5 seconds, then I move on. But Happy Valley Whiteout, must see television.
Also, speaking of football, this Saturday, everybody, this Saturday is the XFL Championship, the Arlington Renegades versus the DC Defenders. That's been Mike's team all season long. This is the champion of the North Division, and of course, the Arlington is the champion of the South Division. That game is going to be 7 o'clock Saturday at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. So if you do, you want to watch this last game of the season of the XFL this Saturday championship, if I was a gambling man, I'd put my money big time on the DC Defenders. A lot of people don't, I don't know if they realize, but the Arlington Renegades don't even have that. They didn't have that great of a record. I don't even think they were over 500. 4-6 in the regular season. Yeah. However, by the way, the divisions are built, the North is heavy.
Yeah,
it's heavy in the there's only really the way the season played out, one good team out of the South, and they happened to get upset by this team that was 4-6. So your championship is between a team that's 9-1 and pretty much has dominated the whole way through the season, and against the Arlington Renegades. The only loss though that DC did have, Mike, was that loss against Orlando,
a 1-point loss.
And this was Orlando at that time was the worst team. They still might have finished as the worst team in the league, but so I mean that could give you some kind of hope as Arlington, right?
Give me some hope. And I'm looking at the last 5 games of the Defenders. They had that loss, then they went on a 4-game win streak, but the next game they won 34-33, then 28-26 in overtime, 29-28, and then last week they beat the Sea Dragons again 37-21, but they were all close games up until that last one. So that would give me a little bit of hope. But then I'm looking at the Renegades last 5, loss, win, a 2-point win, 2-point loss. They got blown out against Houston 25-9, but then they won the rematch 26-11 in the playoffs. So it's this Renegade team's all over the place.
Yeah, they really are. Derby, Derby, you gonna watch this XFL game?
I don't think there's anything going on Saturday, so I probably will.
Yeah, me too.
That's a bad thing. Saturday night. I got so much going on Saturday night, but I will at least watch the highlights of the game. I might even record it and watch it because I am kind of looking forward to it. It's down in San Antonio, Texas. DC is favored by 6.5, and the money line, the over under is 46.5. I'm betting the over on that one.
46.5.
46.5.
I would too.
I would too. Like I'm interested to see this Renegades quarterback play. That who is it? Luis Perez.
Yeah.
I think he got an invite, I believe, to a rookie camp somewhere. Like he's been kind of impressive. He hasn't put up great numbers, but he's finding ways for the team to win, and when they need to win. He played pretty well in that playoff game, got them to win. Looking forward to seeing him play. But everyone knows my money is on DC and the Beer Snake.
Yeah.
Beer Snake.
I hope they have the Beer Snake.
If they didn't have the Beer Snake, I probably wouldn't like them.
I hope they have the Beer Snake. I hope the fans show up and make the Beer Snake in San Antonio.
They better. They better. And the Beer Snake, if they win, Beer Snake better be part of the victory parade.
That's right. However, the NFL, it's official. The schedule release is going to be Thursday at 8 o'clock. NFL Network will be covering it. It's going to be a 3-hour event. A few very, very cool notes that I did grab from this is it's rumored, it's a strong rumor at this point, that the Pittsburgh Steelers will be playing the Ravens on Thanksgiving evening alongside the Cowboys game and the Detroit Lions game. As always,
if that happens, I will be satisfied.
I do think that that's going to happen. That was a pretty reliable source. It's looking
because
like
we haven't had a Thanksgiving game, I believe, since Dallas, right?
Well, don't get too excited yet, because also, Derpy, it's looking like it's likely the Steelers will play 5 primetime games this year. 5 primetime games against a favorable schedule. I think this is going to be a really big year for us, guys. Yeah. I do. I think this year is going to be we're going to come in as underrated as most people are going to believe.
Super Bowl number.
Well, hey, you never know, man. Crazier things have happened. I seen Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl before, so. But they're saying yes. But there's possibility of 5 primetime games. What else am I looking for here, Mike? Oh, they're saying that there's a very good possibility that this could be the first time since 2014 that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to host a first week game. The first week game being hosted by the Steelers. 2014 was the last time. This is 2023, everybody. That's 9 years. The last time that it did happen, we hosted the Cleveland Browns. We beat them 30-27 on opening day in Pittsburgh. We need it would be crazy. Like I said, it's highly likely that we will be playing that first game of the season.
I hope so.
It's Stadium.
It's like we haven't had a home game in, like you said, 9 years. And it feels like every time we play the Kansas City Chiefs, it's at Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's like these weird little scheduling quirks that always go against the Steelers. It's crazy. But did you see some of the other stuff that was leaked with the schedule?
Possibly. What do you got?
A Black Friday game.
Yes.
Game on Black Friday. Are you kidding me? So there's going to be 3 Thanksgiving games and then a game the next day.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome. The one thing I don't like is teams could potentially play 2 Thursday night games. That is such a disadvantage to those teams. Because you see how it is. You get those Thursday night games are awful games. And then your game you play the next week and next week you suck. You suck. It takes so much out of them. I don't like that. It's unfair to all the teams that are going to have to potentially play 2 Thursday night games. What else was there? There was something else that caught my eye, and I can't remember. Adam Schefter tweeted out some of this stuff, and I was
let me repeat. Let me get out what Adam Schefter.
Oh, you have it. Okay. I did a little research.
The season schedule will feature 14 playoff rematches from last season. Yes, 14 playoff rematches, the most in a season in NFL history, as a matter of fact, including matches of the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, both conference championship games, which were the Bengals and Chiefs and the 49ers and the Eagles, and all 4 divisional games, Bengals, Bills, Jaguars, Chiefs, Cowboys, 49ers, and then the Giants, Eagles, all kind of rematches, which is really cool. I can't wait. Again, this is Thursday night, 8:00. It's going to be on the NFL Network. And then after the 3 hours is over, you go over to NFL Plus, I do believe. And they're going to have continuous coverage, which they're probably going to have on ESPN all night as well. I can only imagine. But let me ask you this, guys. Who do you think? Let's just say, and I don't even care if it's going to be at home. I mean, I do care, but for the sake of what we're saying, who do you think is going to be the Steelers' first game of the season? Now, you got to remember they're playing the NFC West, which is the 49ers division, the Rams, 49ers, Cardinals, that whole squad. They're also playing the AFC South, Colts, Texans, Jaguars, Titans. They're also playing Green Bay as an individual team from the NFC. They're playing our division. And they're going to be playing the third place teams from the other AFC divisions, which would be the Jets, the Raiders, and I think that's it. Who do you think, guys, it's going to be the very first game of the year for the Pittsburgh Steelers? The Colts?
The Colts are going to put Anthony Richardson out there. That league's probably thinking he's going to start, and why not have him start against Pittsburgh?
What do you think, Derby? Who do you think is the first game of the year?
Fans watch a lot.
Acrisure Stadium, game 1, week 1. Who do you think, Derby? Who are the Steelers going to play?
Derby got to shut down his 5 other podcasts before he can answer us.
Derby.
See,
I thought I was on mute. On my fault.
Were you talking? Were you having the whole conversation?
He was talking the whole time, and
I was talking the whole time. I thought I was unmuted.
All right, hit repeat. What were you saying? Who's going to be the first game of the year for the Steelers?
Do we know anything that what it could be?
He listed off all the possibilities.
Oh, my bad.
The NFC West, the AFC South, the third place teams from last year.
The Division and the Packers.
Okay. Would Arizona count?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Arizona.
I think they're going to play Arizona in the first game. I'm thinking it's going to be a division game, like a Browns. I think it's going to be the Browns. I think they're going to play the Browns the first game of the season.
That would
be interesting.
That would be a hell of a way to open it up. That would be a hell of a way to open it up.
I just think it's
That would be sold out.
I think it would be very Pittsburghy. I could just see that happening. I could just see that happening. Seems like it makes sense. And being that was the last team that we opened up against at home.
There's a little synergy there.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I hope it happens now.
So there you have it, everybody. There's our guesses. Again, the schedules, they do come out Thursday. It's official.
If we get that Thanksgiving game, I hope it's home.
Yeah, that is one thing that I did see, that they do not have any details, but it is likely that it's going to be the Ravens and the Steelers on Thanksgiving. That's always a fun one. I think we had them on Thanksgiving one other time, and it was a really good game. I think that was the
really
Reach, wasn't it?
I believe it was the Reach. AB, baby.
The Immaculate Extension.
Say what you will about Antonio Brown. My guy did not cheat you for effort out on the field. At least when he was with the Steelers, he did not cheat you for effort.
I hope it's home. That's all.
What's up?
I just hope it's home.
I like how Derpy
For
will
that
have
game.
himself unmuted and say something real quiet. You're allowed to, project your voice and be a part of the show.
Yeah, despite everything that Mike yells and screams about, you could, all right. But anyway, I'm not saying nothing bad about anybody. I'm moving on. As a matter of fact, I have something fun for you guys. We have a fun activity. It's like that day in school when they wheel in the TV. You know it's going to be fun.
That was the best fucking day.
We're going to play a game. We're going to play a game called Who Wore It? Who Wore It? And what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth between you guys. And no cheating.
Oh.
Yeah, keep it fun.
Yeah, Derpy, no cheating.
There's no monetary reward. There's no accolades. Just play the game.
Oh,
I thought it was about Tom Brady, though.
And here's what it is. We're going to start at 0. Say, for example, I'm going to start with Derpy. And I'm going to say, Derpy, give me any Pittsburgh Steelers throughout the history of the team that wore the number 0. And he's going to give me an answer. If he's correct, he gets a point. If he's incorrect, it goes to Mike. Mike then gets an opportunity to answer the question. Now, if Mike, despite whether he gets it correct or not, it doesn't matter because he's stealing your question. So after that gets resolved, Mike then gets the next question. So then I go to Mike. Mike, who wears number 1? So on and so forth. And we go back and forth, and I will keep track of the score as we go on. But it will go back and forth. And if, like I said, you don't know it, it goes to the other person. They have an opportunity to try to take that point. If both people don't know it, then we throw it out and move to the next number. Does that make sense?
That works.
Yep.
All right. Again, don't cheat. This is fun. It can be fun if you don't cheat.
Yeah,
but Tom Brady cheated. It was fun, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was great.
That was fun for his bank account.
Now, what I'm not going to do, we're going to start with, it's going to be the Steelers, of course. The name of the game is Who Wore It? And we're going to identify anybody that wore that number. And you'll be correct. I have a list in front of me. Again, we'll go one at a time. And we're going to start with the number 1. But first, who goes first? Who wants to be the big person?
I'll let Derpy go first.
You let Derpy go first.
I'll be, hey man, I got broad shoulders and a weak back. I can.
All right. So there you have it. Is everybody clear on the rules?
Yes.
Very simple. Back and forth. Mike Derpy, Mike Derpy, Mike Derpy. You don't know it, you get it wrong, that's fine, but it goes, the other person gets an opportunity to steal that point. And as I said, once that's over, you still keep going in order. So even if Mike steals it, he still gets the next question because he would be next. All right, so here we go. Derpy, it's going to start with you. I need somebody for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the history of the game that wore the number 1. Can you identify any Steeler that wore the number 1 in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, I cannot.
Mike, can you identify any Pittsburgh Steeler that wore the number 1?
Number one. Gary Anderson?
Gary Anderson did wear number 1. That is correct. Mike does have a point. Now I'm going to go to Mike for the next question. Mike, do you know any Steelers that wore number 2? The number 2.
Norm Johnson.
Norm Johnson is incorrect.
Damn.
We're going to go over to Derpy. Derpy, can you identify any Pittsburgh Steeler in the history of the Steelers that ever wore the number 2?
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph is correct. You're right. Yes. So Derpy 1, Mike 1. And we're going to go back to Derpy now. This is his turn. Derpy, do you know any Steeler? Tell me a Steeler that had the number 3.
Haskins. Dwayne Haskins.
That's correct.
Okay.
Good job. And that was a Derpy point. All right. So now we go over to Mike. Mike, any Steeler that wore the number 4?
Josh Miller.
Was he 4?
Punter, Josh Miller.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yes, that's correct.
I was
Mike
getting ready to pull that up.
Derpy
Said no.
has 2. Derpy, number 5. This is a tough one.
Oh, I remember. Dobbs.
Dobbs?
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs.
That is correct. Number 3, or that's 3 points for you, Mike.
Damn.
Number 6. Who wore number 6?
Bubby Brister.
Correct. Derpy, number 7.
Is this even a question?
Now, you
Well,
at least
that-
got to
that's
say,
not
you
even a
at
question.
least have to say
That-
it aloud. So
That sounds like a forfeit to me. That sounds like a forfeit.
No,
to
come
me.
on, Mike.
That's a forfeit.
all right. Who do you pick? Number
Big
7.
Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, Mike, number 8.
Tommy Maddox.
Correct. Derpy,
I wasn't going to
9.
say whoever I thought I was going to say.
Number 9.
Derpy, are you talking into the pillow again?
I think he is.
No, I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
Number 9.
You said number
Derpy.
9, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's usually what comes after 8.
Boswell.
Correct. Mike, number 10.
Super Bowl MVP, Santonio Holmes.
Number 10. Good job. So after 10, your guys are tied. No shaking, you guys. It's 5-5. Number 11, Derpy. Can you name any Pittsburgh Steelers in the history of the game that wore the number 11?
Chase Claypool.
Good. Mike, number 12.
Super Bowl MVP, Terry Bradshaw.
Derpy, 13.
James Washington.
Mike, 14.
Limas Swede.
Derpy, 15.
15.
That's a tough one.
That's a hard one.
It is.
I'm gonna have to pass the mic to that one.
Pass the mic. All right, Mike, number 15. Can you name any Pittsburgh Steeler that ever wore the number 15?
Terry Hanratty.
Terry Hanratty is incorrect. You were number 5.
Oh, that's
Bobby Shaw back in 98. Steve Bono. Everybody else is pretty unfamiliar names. John Blood McNally back in the day.
was Quincy Morgan one because he was on the tip of my tongue.
Quincy was not.
Okay.
So nobody gets a point for that. So we do jump over to Mike. Mike, what is a player that wore the number 16?
Charlie Batch.
The greatest backup quarterback ever in Steelers history.
All right. Derpy, number 17.
17. What's his name?
I see Mike chomping at the bit here. Hoping Derpy slips up on this one. Number 17. Need an answer.
Burris?
Plexico Burris?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. He wore number 80. Mike, number 17.
Mike Wallace.
Correct.
Mike Wallace.
Also, my favorite Steeler of all time, Dick Shiner, was also number 17. All right, so that puts the lead. Mike has 9 at this point. Derpy has 7. So now we go to who do we go to? Derpy?
You go to me.
Go to Mike. Mike, give me somebody that wore number 18.
18. God. Calvin Austin wearing 18? I'm gonna go with Calvin Austin, the third.
Calvin Austin, the third?
Mm-hmm.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Derpy.
Your guy, Mike. Deontay Johnson.
There
my
you go.
God. How could I forget Deontay?
I was waiting for it. I don't know where the hell you came up with Calvin Austin with that, but yes,
I knew one of our short receivers had 18.
So there you have it. Derpy steals the point, pulls within 1, and it goes back to Derpy. Derpy, I need
Calvin
to know.
Austin.
I need to know a Steeler that wears number 19.
Calvin Austin.
Oh, he's the man, Mike. You let that slip between your fingers, man.
I know.
Mike, I need a Steeler that were the number 20. Many that we've talked about. I'm just going through the list here, and I see people that we've mentioned on this show.
I know. 2020. I can picture someone running with number 20, but I can't put a name to a face. No. 20.
We need an answer.
Oh God, I'm blanking. Weldy Moore. He's the only running back popping in my head, and I know it's not him.
That is incorrect. Derpy, can you name a Pittsburgh Steeler that wore number 20?
He is now a Detroit Lion. Cam Sutton.
There you go.
Fuck you, Cam Sutton.
All right. So now we're going to go to Derpy and see if he knows any Steelers that wore number 21.
Derpy's cleaning up, man. I'm impressed.
Derpy's tough, man.
He's
You got to watch
the numbers, man.
Got to watch Derpy. 21, Derpy. Give me a Steeler that wore 21.
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy. Let's see. Go down the list. That is correct. Tony Dungy did wear number 21. Derpy takes the lead. We're going to go back to Mike. Mike, give me a Steeler that wore number 22.
Weldy Moore.
That is incorrect.
I was going to throw Weldy Moore out there until I get it right.
Derpy, 22 for the steal.
The second coming of Jerome Bettis, Najee Harris.
There you go. Najee. Mike, Weldy Moore actually fell in the middle. You said number 20 and you said number 22. He was 21. Actually 21.
I was going to go with like Dion Figures for 21 if it came.
Dion Figures was also 21.
Yeah, that's the one that popped in my head.
All right, so let me go to the next page here. All right, so
I'm just gonna chew on my cord since that's all I'm good for in this.
All right, so where are we at? Whose turn is it actually? Is it Derpy's or Mike's?
I think it's mine.
He's Derpy 23, and I can answer this one right now for you. Derpy.
Joe Hayden.
There you go.
All right, Derpy. Oh man. All right, Mike, 24.
Shoeless Ike Taylor.
There we go. Derpy, 25.
That was my dog.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
that was your dog.
Yeah, that was my dog. That was my dog.
I thought that was you barking, but I'm glad to hear that was your dog.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, "Hey,
answer the question, Derpy."
Witherspoon.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it cut out. What was it?
He said Witherspoon.
Okay. All right, Derpy, there you go. Another point for you. Mike, the number 26.
Oh, Rod Woodson and Lev Bell.
Easy peasy. Derpy, number 27.
I'm gonna go a Penn State guy, Marcus Allen.
And that is correct. Mike, 28.
God. We're gonna get this one. No.
For a
Dwayne
Pittsburgh
Washington?
Steeler. Wore the number 28.
Washington?
Dwayne, what number was he? Was actually number 20.
God damn it.
Derpy, your chance to steal. I'm looking for a Steeler that wore the number 28.
God dang it.
Yeah.
Name just popped right into my head.
Mike Hilton.
Mike Hilton.
Was Hilton 28? I don't think
Yep.
Was he, Mike?
I believe so.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Was God damn it. Now the running John was Dwyer one of them? Jonathan Dwyer?
Dwyer was 27.
Oh, okay.
If I'm remembering right.
Hi, buddy. Hi, sleepyhead.
Chris Hope. Chris Hope was a 28. Remember him from the Super Bowl teams. All right, so 29, number 29.
Who is it? Whose turn is it?
I think it's Mike.
Oh, yeah.
No, it'd be Derpy.
Derpy, number 29.
29?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Levi Wallace.
Levi Wallace, is he 29?
Yes.
Okay, 29. For some reason, I don't have my most updated cornerbacks on here, but that's all right. So, Mike, we're going to go number 30 for you.
Chad Scott.
Perfect. 31, Derpy.
I don't know.
Do you pass that over to Mike?
Yeah, I'll pass it to Mike.
All right, Mike, there you go. 31.
31. No, he was 27. Mike Logan.
Correct.
Woo!
Number 32, Derpy.
I'm just
No, wait. If this is 32, it comes to me because he missed 31.
yeah.
Okay,
No, wait.
Mike, 32.
Yeah, 32. Franco Harris.
Correct.
Dang it.
Derpy, number 33.
33. 33. Let me think. Fitzgerald Toussaint.
Who? Is that what number? I'm not even seeing his name on here.
Hold on. I'm gonna look that one up.
Yeah, I need a judge or judgment on that.
It's Gerald Toussaint. Wow, he did wear 33.
Wow, Derpy, you're nailing it.
Most people would have went like I don't know,
Morris, Merrill Hodge,
because 34 is going to be
John
Tim Lester.
Frenchie Fuqua. No, not Derpy.
Not Derpy. Fitzgerald Toussaint.
He goes to
I just know him because he's from my area.
You're the only one that knows him.
All right, I'm gonna go with Tim Lester for 34.
Tim Lester's correct. Derpy, 35.
Let me get this one ready for an obscure player. Do, 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 do.
We need an answer.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, over to Mike, number 35.
Dan Kreider.
Correct.
We had a run
36.
on fullbacks, Derpy, and you messed it up. 36, Jerome Bettis.
Dang it.
All right, Mike is gaining ground. Derpy, number 37. We're going to get to 40 today, and then we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it short because we are running short on time. Derpy, I do need a player that played for the Steelers that wore number 37.
37?
Yes.
Elijah Riley.
Who?
Judges.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Oh, shoot. I lost my visual. There we go.
Okay, hold on. Elijah Riley. Let me
type
pull
it,
up
yeah.
Football Reference here. Give me his number. What
Bruh.
number we got? He did. He wore 37.
Jeez, oh man.
Most Steeler fans would go, "Oh, Carnell Lake."
Yeah. If you give me $1 million to name Elijah Riley, I wouldn't have even been able to do it. Number 38, guys. We're down to 3 more here. Number 38, where are we at, Mike?
Yeah, we're at me. Jason Huntley.
I don't see Jason Huntley. Who is Jason Huntley?
Let me see here.
Was it Richard Huntley? I think he was 33.
Okay, I'm wrong.
All right, we're going to go over to Derpy. Derpy, I need a player that wears number 38, that had wore number 38 at some point for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Carl Joseph.
Carl Joseph, Judges.
Yeah, he wore it last year.
Jeez, oh man. Derpy, number 39.
Fitzpatrick.
All right. And finally, for the day, number 40. Mike, give me one Pittsburgh Steeler that wore number 40 in the history of the franchise. Can you name one?
Was it Lee Flowers?
Lee Flowers is incorrect. Derpy, can you
Damn.
name one player that wore number 40?
Jameer Jones.
Jameer Jones. Mike, I don't think he was 40, but double check that.
I am checking right now. Yes.
I give up with Derpy. I just don't get it.
I want to see his screen.
Yeah, I do too. I want to see what he's looking at.
Because I'm pulling up some famous Steelers here. Let's see. Most people would know Myron Boo Bell. Let's see. Who else?
What on number 40?
On number 40.
Well, I mean, there ain't really many notable number 40s, but
that's it. Myron Boo Bell would be it.
so here's the rundown, guys. So far today, we got the number from number 1 to number 40. These gentlemen had to guess a number or a player that wore each number that we went through from 1 to 40. So far, Derpy has 22 correct. 22 correct. Mike has 17 correct. So we will pick up the other half of this game either tomorrow or later on in the week. But we are at roughly the halfway point, so we'll call this halftime. Derpy's winning 22-17 in this game. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Dumyinzers.com. You can head on over there and find out where Derpy's getting all of his answers from obscure players that we never heard of and played like one snap last year, and he magically knows their numbers. I want to see his screenshot. That's all I'm saying. But you can also find links to YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, all over at twodumyinzers.com, along with our merchandise store.
There you go, everybody. Go check it out.
Where the new shirt will be Derpy is a cheater.
to dumyinzers.com. Go check it out. Lots of cool stuff over there. We are on all week long, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the show that we do every day gets uploaded on Spotify at 8 o'clock in the evening. So if you want to listen to this show on Spotify, it will be up at 8 o'clock this evening over there. Guys, we do got time for one quick trivia. This is going to be a Colorado Rocky trivia. Again, we're going to stay with the theme of
Type
who the
it into your
Pittsburgh
phone,
Pirates are
Derpy.
playing.
Colorado Rocky trivia.
What's that?
Wait.
You type in your Colorado Rocky
Oh,
trivia
yeah.
into your phone.
All right, here we go.
Task manager.
Sore loser.
Here we go.
Yes.
What color are the mile-high seats at Coors Field? It's an entire row that runs around the stadium in the third level that is exactly 1 mile above sea level, which is 5,280 feet, of course. One more time. What color are the mile-high seats at Coors Field? An entire row of blank seats runs around the stadium in the third level, exactly 1 mile above sea level. Go ahead and take a minute to think about or look up if you're Derpy.
I'm gonna say I hear Derpy's phone tapping.
That
my
is
volume.
my feet stomping on the ground.
No, I got my volume cranked up. I'm hearing click, 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 click.
Click, 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 click.
All right, Derpy, I'm gonna start with you.
Derpy,
I'm gonna go purple.
I'm gonna give you choices first. This one row, it's one row. They're either purple, red, silver, or green.
Ooh.
It's one row that goes the whole way around the stadium at the 1 mile mark above sea level.
I'm gonna go green.
Red, purple, green, or silver.
I'm gonna go silver.
Mike is going silver on that. And what do you think, Derpy?
I'm gonna go purple.
Purple.
Well, he's googling to make sure.
No.
He has Siri, for when you ask the questions.
Yeah, he sets it right up so Siri hears my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
He has Alexa in the
visualize it.
background. Yeah.
Yeah. So here it is, everybody. Trivia question of the day. It is a Colorado Rocky trivia. What color are the mile-high seats at Coors Field? An entire row of this color seat runs around the stadium in the third level, exactly 1 mile above sea level. Derpy says purple. Mike says silver. The answer is purple. It is one purple row that goes around the stadium. Derpy, you become a
Siri.
You become a genius. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
I said purple because of the theme of the Colorado Rocky.
Wouldn't that make too much sense? Wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I want silver because Coors Field, Coors Can, Coors Light.
Oh. Whatever way we're cheating, I guess everybody has their own way of cheating. But anyway, Mike, give me something before we take off for today.
Siri can answer all your Pittsburgh Steelers related jersey number trivia. Just ask Derpy.
Derpy, what about you, man?
It's nice out. You have the chance, play catch with the kids or go visit Pittsburgh Zoo.
F them kids.
There you go. You know what we do? We got game 2 of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Colorado Rockies tonight. Check it out. Pirates trying to stay up top of the NL Central.
Yes.
Also, go Bucks.
An opportunity to do that tonight. The Brewers are also back in action against the Dodgers. Let's get a little bit of help from the Dodgers in that one. Other than that, hey, have a great day. For Mike